It is Saturday night, November 12th, and this is Phisherman's Secret Garden, the Saturday night pre-show before my live stream, which will be, of course, coming from a secret link. Somebody's got to teach me how to do these things without my screen shining back in my glasses. So tonight's show is it is November 8th, 2009, Madison Square Garden, the Full River show. It was supposed to be the only Full River show until he did the River tour 7 years later. He played the Full River concert, and it was the night after the Full Wild and the Innocent concert that we streamed last Saturday. Now, I am actually taping this. You're watching this pre-tape. So if you're in the chat saying, hey, Phisherman, how are you? And I'm ignoring you, it's because I'm actually not there. It's my company's convention is this weekend, and it's here in Vegas, and I am probably there at this moment. But there is a show scheduled to run. Even if I can't be there, Phisherman's Secret Garden is streaming a show, and I wanted to make sure there was a pre-show and so much to talk about. Last week, if you were here, I tried to go live for the first time on the new channel and had some technical difficulties and didn't get started until 10 minutes late. I had a guest, Diego Alessandro. If you have not seen last week's show, please watch it. Please like it. Please share it. Share it on Facebook. Share it on YouTube. It's one of my best shows. Diego is a fantastic musician from Asbury Park. He is a diehard Springsteen fan. He can play almost any Springsteen song. We played a little Stump Diego, and he prepared a nice cover, Bruce cover for us, and he played one of his original songs for us. And it's only 20 minutes because I started late. And if you haven't seen it, please go back and watch last week's pre-show. But because I started late and I knew Diego was waiting, I didn't get to talk about so many things. I got a list. There was Howard Stern, right? Howard Stern is now, I think I talked about Howard Stern before he went on the show, but I haven't even been here to talk about it since Bruce was on the show, because the only pre-show I've done was the one that we started late, and I had Diego, and we didn't talk about anything. So we want to talk about Howard Stern, and we want to talk about Stand Up for Heroes, which I made a video of. We'll talk about that in a second. We want to talk about the archive release. It was a Ghost of Tom Joad archive release, which I'm always thrilled for a solo acoustic of any kind. And I'm really excited to get another Tom Joad, but this was different than any other Tom Joad show. This was loaded with guests, and there was very little solo about it, and a totally different set list than you're used to on the Joad from the Joad shows. And really excited. We're gonna talk about that, and what else? I know it's Thursday when I'm taping this, but it's Saturday when you're watching it. And yesterday, or my tomorrow, your yesterday, Only the Strong, couldn't remember the name. Only the Strong Survive. It's out. And even though it's Thursday night, I've heard it. I was just listening to it, and it's amazing. So I want to talk about that. Oh, and Bruce inducted Jimmy Iovine into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and played a tribute to the killer. 3 words. Something Lee. I'm a stoner. Jerry Lee Lewis. He played tribute to Jerry Lee Lewis, and there's video on YouTube. I haven't watched it because I know that on November 19th, 9 days from today, 7 days from when you're watching this, a week from Saturday, a week from when you're watching this pre-show, HBO is showing their cut version. I'm hoping it has the whole, because there is no YouTube video of the induction speech which I think is kind of more important. I know I'm crazy. The performance, the Jerry Lee Lewis song. I mean, I'm looking forward to hearing it. I know most people have heard it. I'm waiting for the pro shot, but I want to hear the induction speech. That interests me so much. Well, I shouldn't say so much more. It's about equal. So what am I forgetting? Well, let's get right into it. The Howard Stern. I loved it. I listened to the whole thing the morning it came out, and then 2 days later they released the full video, and I watched the whole thing, and I teared up a couple times. And Bruce is jovial, you know. He's usually not up for an interview of any kind. I mean, these days I guess he's better at it than he used to be, but he was open and he was in a good mood, and Howard was highly respectful, and I thought it was a good time. And my favorite part was Howard asked him about how he goes so long and why he goes so long, and said that he thinks it has something to do with a sickness. And Bruce confirmed that yes, it's all about the sickness, and that has had me, you know, wondering, is it? Do I love him because of his sickness? I mean, it's like it's like I don't know. You love somebody, but you don't want them to be hurt. Yet what you love about them hurts them. Because he's talking about he can't get off stage. He can't stop. He had to learn to stop. I mean, what do we love about him? Is that he doesn't stop. That he keeps going. And there's that. You know, should I feel bad about that? Anyway, the Howard Stern interview. If you haven't listened to it or seen the video, I highly recommend seeing the video. It's got the piano, he's got the guitar. It's a visual experience for sure. Watch the video is better than just listening to the audio. If you haven't seen it yet, watch the video. It's out there. It's easy to find. Hit me up. I'll point you in the right direction. Watch that video. You're not a Howard Stern show fan. You don't like Howard Stern. You think don't listen to anything before or anything after, because he was very Howard. I listened to the whole show that day, and he was very Howard Stern. There was some stuff that even I was like, do we really need to know about that, Howard? You know, do we really need to know about your morning routine, if you know what I'm talking about? So Howard and Bruce, a fantastic treat that to me is just as great as having the new album that came out yesterday for you, tomorrow for me. So Bruce inducting Jimmy Iovine. We're going to talk about that more after we've had a chance to see the HBO show, which is a week from when you're watching this on Saturday the 12th. It is on Saturday the 19th on HBO. So we'll probably be talking about it on the 26th, and I'll be live, I hope. On the 26th, I'll be live, because I do plan on playing live Springsteen Hurdle right here on the pre-show. I have one contestant lined up, and I'm hoping to get one or two more. We'll play a series of Springsteen Hurdle rounds and live test some people who maybe always get it in one, and maybe they people don't think they're being so honest. You know, you won't be able to fake it when I'm playing the clues for you, and you're guessing live. So be here on the 26th for live Springsteen Hurdle. And if you want to play, hit me up in the comments, or send me an email, Fisherman's Wharf Channel at gmail.com, and we will play some Springsteen Hurdle with you. So what else did I want to talk about? We got the 13th anniversary of the River Show coming up, and I want you to watch Diego and share it with your friends, because that was a great show. And anybody who can help me get my channel, you know, get a couple of viewers. I had 2,000 subscribers, and now I have, I think, 14. So share. And without the live stream, without the live stream's fun, and that's why I'm here. But without the on-demand shows on the channel, which I'm not going to do anymore, the channel is like way under the radar. And I got about 30 people on my mailing list, and we're going to try and come back a little bit. But it's going to be a long time before I have 2,000 subscribers and 30 to 50 viewers on stream night. We've been doing pretty good at 7 or 8, and I appreciate anybody who's watching this tonight, or even on tape delay. But the people who are watching it tonight, Saturday night, getting ready to watch the live stream, I'm sorry, I probably won't be there in the chat. There's a chance that I have COVID, and I'm waiting to test till tomorrow. And if it's negative, I'm going to my convention. And if it's positive, I really can't go to my convention. So I'll be here, provided I stay completely asymptomatic like I am. I will be here with you tomorrow, and maybe I'll be in the chat of this pre-taped pre-show. So okay, let's talk about some music, because this is a musical week, and we have an archive that came out last Friday, and I didn't get to talk about it because, again, we started late, and I wanted to get to Diego. But look at this set list for 1995 Ghost of Tom Joad tour. Ghost of Tom Joad tour started with Tom Joad almost every night for a long time. Then it was like one or maybe 2 songs, and then Ghost of Tom Joad. He doesn't get to Ghost of Tom Joad until way down here. He's got so much more to play. I believe, I'm not looking at it, but I believe, if I remember what I read correctly, it's the last night of the tour. It's in Asbury Park, and you can just see some of the names here. You got the late Dan Federici. You got Susie and Patty from East Street. Not that Dan Federici wasn't from East Street. Yes, he was. Richard Blackwell was not. But you got Richard Blackwell, Susie, Dan, Susie, Patty, Susie, Patty, Susie, Dan, Patty, Susie. And then down here, you'll see that Stevie came, and Vinny Lopez, and boy, I didn't I follow Vinny on Twitter. I watch him a lot. He didn't mention that he's on the new archive. He's usually in tune to those things. Big Danny Gallagher, I'm not even sure who that is. But the highlight of this whole thing is Don't Want to Go Home. I Don't Want to Go Home. Stevie and Bruce. Dan, it's behind me. You can't see it at all. Everybody's on that song. I Don't Want to Go Home is gorgeous. It sounds like Steve walks out like after the first verse, because the crowd goes nuts, and Bruce takes the first verse. Racing in the Street. Oh my God, look at this set list. When You're Alone is a highlight. Wild Billy Circus Story. I've never seen a Wild Billy Circus Story. And that's a fantastic one. You got with Dan and Susie. Oh, what else? What else stands out on a For You with Dan Federici to open the show? I Don't Want to Go Home, as I mentioned before. That's my highlight of the whole thing. Shut Out the Light. Shut Out the Light. Great archive. All right. I don't want to hear about, I don't like solo acoustic, or I don't like Ghost of Tom Joad tour, because this, even if you agree with those 2 statements, which I don't, this is still a must-have archive for any fan. Any fan. I don't care what you think of that tour. I don't care what you think of solo acoustic. This show is must-have for anybody. And if you passed on it, you don't belong watching this, and you don't belong watching my other show tonight. You don't belong going on tour. And, go see when he comes to town, like every classic rock radio fan, you go to the show. That's where you belong. Anyone else, get this fucking thing. This thing is awesome. Such a great archive. And I would probably geek out on it more if we weren't, so short on time. And we still need to talk about this one right here. Only the Strong Survive. Right? It's out. You guys all have it now. It's Saturday. It came out yesterday. Thursday here, but I got a copy of it a little bit early, and I've been listening to it today. And I think I can bring up set list. All right, and that is the new album. You've got Only the Strong Survive. Love it. It's not my favorite cut, but I love it. Soul Days. That might be my favorite cut. I love that. I love the playful thing with Sam Moore. Play me some Sam and Dave. He chuckles like, hey, Bruce, you're so funny. Night Shift, I love it. Do I Love You? That was the first single. Now that's like not my favorite either, but I there's nothing on this album that I don't like, and I could definitely play it all the way through over and over again, which I probably will do when we're done here. Is I'll probably listen to it again. Let's see. The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore. Turn Back the Hands of Time. When She Was My Girl. Hey, Western Union Man. I Wish It Would Rain. Don't Play That Song any other way. I Forgot to Be Your Lover. 7 Rooms of Gloom. What Becomes of the Brokenhearted. And Someday We'll Be Together. You know, people have their opinions. Mine is it's a worthy album. I'm glad it's here. I will definitely throw it on my iPod and listen to the whole thing straight through several times, and then shuffle play it, and it'll be with the rest of my songs on my when I play random songs and not a show, because most of my listening is shows. I don't listen to a lot of studio. When a studio album is new, I'll listen to it 3 times, 6 times, 8 times. I don't know, not that long until the live versions start coming out. We're gonna. Oh shit! I don't even know. I was supposed to set a timer so I could keep track of how long this damn thing was. I forgot to set the timer, so I don't even know how long we've been going. But it's not even in my notes because we just found out Bruce is going to be on Fallon next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Not Thursday, but the following Thursday on Thanksgiving for a 4th appearance, which I am guessing he's taping on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. But it's a different song every night for a total of 4 songs on the Jimmy Fallon show. And if memory serves us right, we're probably going to get some silly bit. He's probably going to agree to doing another silly bit. He did the one where he dressed as his young 70s self. And he did the one where he dressed as his 80s self. Those are the only 2? I feel like there was another one. Oh, yeah, there was. He did his 80s self twice, right? He did the 70s self, Whip My Hair, with Neil Young. And then he did his 80s self, Sexy and I Know It, where he sang with also Neil Young, again with Neil Young, but this time he was his 80s self. It's my mind. It's so long ago. And then the third time was his 80s self again, but this time Fallon was also 80s Bruce for Bruce and Bruce, and they did that hilarious thing about New Jersey's big fat governor, Chris Christie, who loves Bruce, and it probably broke his heart to see that. And I really hope it hurts so much. I'm not a Chris Christie fan. So I think I've covered it. Get the new album. Get the new archive. I'm serious about that. Get that shit, man. That is fucking great. Watch the Howard Stern. I got nothing negative to say. I really rarely do. I got nothing negative to say about all the shit this week. Oh, we'll talk about Rock and Roll Hall of Fame after we get to see it on HBO. Be here for Springsteen Hurdle. Watch Diego from last week. Share it. Get it out there. And I'll see you next week. Where we're going to try to play that Norway show again that only ran 20 minutes. We showed it, and after 20 minutes, it froze up, and everybody left because I couldn't There was nothing I could do. I fixed it, and I think everything's going to run okay next week. So be here next week for Norway 2012, I think. High def, shot from the hotel. Looks really cool. Sounds really good. Not official audio or anything. And tonight is the River Show. Enjoy that. If I don't see you in the chat, I will see you next week. Thanks for everything. I really appreciate my audience. I appreciate the people who found me, followed me, stuck with me, got on my email list, follow my Twitter, and are able to find me after the catastrophe that happened a few weeks back. Guys, thanks a lot. Enjoy the show tonight. Have fun in the chat. I'll see you next week. Hopefully I won't see you tonight, because if I see you tonight, it means I tested positive for COVID. I forgot to talk about Stand Up for Heroes, which was just the other night. And I said at the beginning, we'll talk about Stand Up for Heroes. We'll talk about it in just a minute. And I was watching back my pre-tape show, and I was like, I never got back to Stand Up for Heroes. And it was awesome. Solo acoustic performance, I'll Work for Your Love, and then Letter to You stuff. Boy, I should have broken down the set list before I started recording this. But if you haven't seen it, first of all, you should be on my email list. Get on my email list, Fisherman's Wharf Channel at gmail.com. I sent out the link to everybody. I'm not putting these things on my channel anymore. So you gotta get the link directly from me so that you can see it. But I took the videos. There were two major videos, one from DBL Jersey Girl and one from, his name is in the credits. So don't get mad if I can't remember. His name is in the credits. I gave credit to both filmers. There's two filmers, and DBL Jersey Girl, she taped the whole thing on the screen and got really good audio. And then the other one, he got great video, up close video. This is his shot, and the audio was a little noisy, squelchy, and he had individual songs missing the jokes, and it was chopped up. So what I did is I put it together using DBL Jersey Girl's audio and her video in between the songs, and mostly his video, Steinlit, something like that. His video for the close-ups, and it came out great. And the whole 18-minute performance is there, including the jokes, including Jon Stewart's introduction, and it's the best version on the internet. So check it out. And my favorite, he told some bad jokes, but there was one where he goes, what do you call an Italian hooker?
What do you call an Italian hooker? A prostitute.
You didn't hear that in Florida?
It's bad.
And then he says, a prostitute. And he repeats it, a prostitute. And for the life of me, I was thinking like Italian words, like apostle or apostolate, or, I don't speak Italian, but I was trying to think of words that start with P or AP. And it took me so long to realize he was saying pasta dude. And the jokes, that was about the best joke. There were a lot of bad jokes. It was like a few bad jokes. And at least he knows they're bad. And Jeffrey Ross, he should have written him a couple jokes. Jeffrey Ross is always willing to write jokes for other people. Why wouldn't he give a couple to Bruce? I don't think Bruce wanted. I think Bruce wanted his really bad jokes. Anyway, check out my cut. Thanks to the people who shared their videos so that we could see them. And because I couldn't be there, and I'm glad I got to see it. And so check out my copy. Email me if you haven't seen it. If you can't find it, email me for the link. It's still out there. It's still streaming. I'll get you the link, and enjoy tonight's show.